Ice to meet you. Allow me to break the ice. My name is Soap, and I've just become the new gym leader of Umbral City. I hear the folks here are probably going to give me the cold shoulder because of what happened with their last gym leader, but I'm pretty confident they won't freeze me out for long once they get to know me a little better. Bet you can't guess what type of trainer I am. Come on. Don't get cold feet now. Alright, I think I'm almost out of puns. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pokemon This Gym of Mine, a fan game where you get to become the gym leader of your very own city. It combines Pokemon battling, a basic town simulator, and while the loop isn't super deep, it's satisfying and fun. If you haven't already, do me a favor and subscribe. Less than 20% of you are subbed, and it really helps me out a lot. I also stream every Monday and Tuesday and release videos basically every week. But with that, let's get into the game. The game starts off by letting us know that our objective is not only to run the gym, but to keep the people of our town happy, and it's our responsibility to protect them, a lot like Sabrina did when Team Rocket took over Saffron. Wait, hold on a second. A few weeks ago, I put up a poll to see what type of gym we want to play, and Ice won out. Choosing Ice or starter options are either Swinub, Bergmite, or Lapras. While Mamoswine and Avalugg are good Pokemon, I would be absolutely insane not to choose Lapras here. Something else worth mentioning is that you are able to use a limited number of Pokemon that are not of your type as long as it can learn your signature move. Kind of like how Lance's team are basically not dragons. But we're going to be sticking exclusively with our frostbitten friends. The game kicks off with us getting off a boat and being greeted by the mayor of Umbral City, Dalton. He explains that the last gym leader just randomly up and left one day, leaving the city in absolute ruins. Him leaving also led to a gang called the Rogue Riders moving in, terrorizing the general area. It'll be our job to win over the townsfolk, build the city back up, get stronger, and run these ruffians out of town. Approaching the gym, Dalton shows us our house. We grab our Ice Beam TM and head to the town hall to touch base with the mayor again. Out in front of town hall, we see this biker harassing a bunch of citizens, telling them to hand over all their stuff, including their candy? This will not stand. I approach the ruffian drawing my Pokemon, and it's time to kick some ice. He sends out a puppy, and one Ice Beam takes that doggo down. Up next is Scraggy. After a few Ice Beams, we take it down, and he cools off and leaves. Heading into the town hall to speak with the mayor, he goes over all the typing rule stuff I just said a minute ago. He also explains that while we may lose some battles, if we lose too many in a row, or fail to help the townspeople out, we're gonna get iced out of the city. We also need to help rebuild the economy. of the city by building stuff. Apparently the mayor isn't in charge of any civic responsibility. It's all up to me. And I bet this isn't going to cause any type of friction between the two of us. He finally explains how mail works. And with that, we gotta go check this magic letterbox. Our first choice is which type of gym person we want. We have a regular dude, an old dude, and hot chicks. We go with the regular dude since hot girls attract more difficult opponents, and this is our first run at the game. Once that's settled, we're introduced to our two gym trainers, both of whom are having some reservations about me since they were abandoned by their last dad. But I promise, I'm here for the long haul, kids. I wonder what made this last guy so cold. But I'm sure everybody will warm up to me soon enough. Before we can accept any gym challenges, we need at least 3 Pokemon in our party, so we head out to find some new friends. Searching the nearby areas, we grab ourselves a Snorunt, a Smoochum, and a Seaful. Going back to the Pokemart, you can grab all the evolution stones. So grabbing a Dawnstone, we're able to evolve our Snorunt to a Frostlass right away. Heading into our gym, we can take on some challengers, and we see a few regional forms, including a Dragon Steel Aron and a Dark Electric Chinchou. After a couple of really cool parties, the mayor asked to speak with us again, commenting on how the people started to warm up to us, and we've been making an impact on the town. But not everyone thinks I'm awesome. There's Elizabeth, a local trainer who has a huge crush on the last guy. But after he gave her the cold shoulder, she's been rather icy. She challenges us to a battle to vent her frustrations, and I offered help cool her off. She starts off with Clefairy, and we send out our Frostlass. A single Ice Beam takes it down, as she follows up with Drifloon, which is the same result. Are we sure she's the best in town? Her Goomy and Fanny both go down in one as well, and I guess embarrassing her helped her calm down as she walks it off and saying that she overreacted. The next morning, we get a phone call from the mayor letting us know that we've ranked up. As we continue to rank up, more challenging trainers, additional resources, as well as more town building stuff is going to get unlocked for us. After some more gym challengers, we rank up again, and our party gets interrupted by this guy named Goon. No wonder he turned to a life of crime. He doesn't like how we've been handling things because there's a lot less crime, so he challenges us to a battle. Sending out Lapras against his Scraggy, an Ice Beam takes him down to the red as he goes for a Swagger. Using the attack boost, we break through twice, taking it down with 2 Ice Shards after the heal. Sandshrews out next, and a single Ice Beam manages to take it down. Heracross takes a Water Gun really well, and after a few more of those, we switch over to Ice Beam because I remember it's not resisted. And after a little bit of back and forth, it goes down without too much trouble. Finally, his Zor goes down in 1, and the bikers leave town. Next, the mayor lets us know we unlocked a commercial district where the department store is located. There's also a bunch of other building sites we can build in this section of town, which is great because it's going to give us more money, which is going to let us build more stuff. We also get access to this trainer outside our gym. She just has a bunch of Blissey's we can fight, and that'll really help out with grinding. While it is nice that the wild Pokemon scale with your level, a bunch of level 50 Blissey's with no attacking moves is much more convenient. After getting back to our house, there's a knock at the door. We answer it, and then we black out, waking up in a cave surrounded by a bunch of people named Goon! I wonder if they're all related. Speaking to the person by the exit, we have the option to leave. So we ask to leave, and this makes her very angry and she attacks us. If it was going to offend her that much, maybe don't give me the option. Her Sandslash goes down with a single Water Pulse, and she follows up with a B-Sharp. Ice is normally a very brittle type with 4 weaknesses to fairly common types and only 1 resistance, which is itself, but these Rogue Riders are a bunch of chumps apparently. After clearing her out, we leave. Once outside their hideout, we find our gym guy in the mare in the caves looking for us. After explaining what happened to us, the leader of the Rogue Riders, Edgar, accuses us of lying. He states that while the Rogue Riders are, well, a bunch of rogues, they aren't kidnappers. He says he'll sort out his goons and that we're free to go. With that, we rank up again, and now we can take a full team into battle with us. And we can even go on vacation. Looking up some more potential encounters, we take a day trip over to Frigid City. And since I'm already an ice trainer, I'd like to imagine they're a fire gym to actually combat the cold. After getting there, we're introduced to Perma, who's definitely not Lorelei, as she welcomes us to her city. Our gym guy goes to the inn to grab some cocoa, and we go Pokemon hunting. Along the way, we grab ourselves an Alolan Sandshrew, Vulpix, a Mime Jr., and both Nidorans, who actually have regional forms in this game. Once we get back home, we evolve all of them, starting off with Alolan Ninetales, and I love the sprite work on this. It's majestic. Sandslash has always been one of my low-key favorites, but its speed never really justifies using it, so I'm glad we're in a position that I kinda have to. Then the 2 Nidos are up next. And the King and Queen are both awesome. And I love the thick fur on Nidoqueen and the tusks on Nidoking. Now that we have a full team of 6, Edgar, the leader of the Rough Riders, wait, hold on, I thought it was the Rogue Riders. Anyways, Edgar challenges us to a fight. He wants to prove once and for all who's the baddest dude in town. We call the cops, and they let us know that they'll be stationed outside the Badlands in case anything bad happens. Making our way to our base, Edgar's waiting for us. He says that the city is sick of all of our back and forth, but I'm pretty sure he's the only one doing any of the bad stuff. I built museums and schools, and these guys are literally stealing candy. What the hell you want? He states that his Pokemon have moves they shouldn't even have access to yet, and that they're more powerful than they should be. So I see that you've gone to the Lance School of Pokemon Training. Whatever, either way, it's time for us to battle, and I'm itching to try out some of our new and improved members. His regional Aggron comes out first as Walrein slams it down below half with an Ice Beam, and then we take pretty decent damage with an Iron Head. Healing back up, we go for 2 more, scoring the KO. Out next is Hydreigon. A Water Pulse gets us deep into the red, and an Ice Beam from us gets it pretty low, but we need to swap. Sending in Nidoking, he heals back up to full. An Ice Shard scores a critical, getting it pretty low, but now we're down to about 30%. Healing back up again, another 2 Ice Shards take this big guy down. Okay, Metagross, does this dude just have every pseudo? A Shadow Sneak gets us down to the red, and 2 Earth Powers are enough to take it down. Salamence cuts our attack, and a quad effective Ice Shard isn't quite enough to take it out, as we're taken out by a Flare Blitz. Lapras comes out next to help cut down on the fire damage, and we take it down, forcing his T-Tar out. We heal up with the Life Dew and follow up with a Water Pulse, getting it to about 60% while we're knocked back down to a third. Another one gets it deep into the red, and we're knocked down to only 9 HP after the Sandstorm. But at least we managed to take it down. Garchomp is up next, and we're taken out with an Earthquake. Ninetales doesn't even get a chance to shine as a Flare Blitz takes us out in 1. I send Walrein in, hoping I can rest up, but he goes down too. Nidoqueen, I'm hoping, can tank an Earthquake, and it does, and we get the Yoko, and with that, the win. After defeating Edgar, he says he'll leave town, and we rank up to rank 4. With the Rogue Riders defeated, we're awoken some kind of commotion outside. It seems as though the champion is here for a gym inspection? Good thing I just dealt with that crime wave and can't look bad in front of the boss. Definitely not Lance is there to check things out. He asks us to battle him to test out our skills. I say only if we can have a cool party afterwards, and he agrees. First up is this regional form of Steelix called Smeltix, and we start off with Nidoking scoring an Oko with an Earth Power. B-Sharp also goes down in 1 as he sends out a Gengar. An Icicle Crash knocks it down really low, but it turns out it wasn't a Gengar, it was a Zoric. Healing back up, and Ice Shard does just under 50% as he heals up again, and he U-turns into a Cherum. And Ice Shard does a lot less than I expected to do, and we're knocked down to just 4. Swapping into Sandslash, 2 Dark Pulses take us out. Why does this thing hit so hard? Jinx comes in next, and the Ice Beam manages to take it down in 1. 100% actually an actual Gengar comes out, and I use Psychic because apparently I'm fooled very easily. A flamethrower takes us down to just 34, and an ice beam doesn't even get the job done. Sending in Walrein, we take it down on the second attack. Okay, now it's actually Gengar, and we get taken down in one? That's not good. Ninetales goes for an extra sentry, and after he misses 2 focus blasts and almost KOs us with a Shadow Ball, we manage to take it down. His final Pokemon, Haxorus, takes us out with a Slash, and we send in our ace Lapras to finish things off with an Ice Beam, and does that mean we're the champion now? Rank 5. When we get back to our house, there's a letter on the floor instructing us to go to the gym, and to tell no one. A mysterious man is there waiting for us. He challenges us to a battle, sending out a Wigglytuff. Starting things off with Jinx, we use Psychic, getting it down to about half. A second one gets down deep into the red as a return knocks us to just 5 HP. We get lucky and he doesn't heal up as a third one takes it out. Raticate comes out second and we swap into Sandslash and set up a Swords Dance as well as a Hail, activating our Snow Cloak. After a second Swords Dance, we OHKO this little rat, leading into his Staraptor. Missing a Brave Bird, a single Icicle Crash does the trick. Fur does some damage with a Sucker Punch, but one is all it takes, and somehow this Eevee survives too? His ace Drampa is his final Pokemon, which goes down in one, and with that the Mystery Man is defeated. After the battle, Sandy enters the gym recognizing him as our former gym leader, Jason. He gives him the cold shoulder, and I couldn't be prouder. He explains that he received a letter threatening his sister if he stuck around and continued to help the town. Scared for his family's safety, he left, abandoning his post. The letter also warned him that if he had went to the police, the writer would know, and the consequences would be even worse. He apologizes, but he's happy for the gym and the city are both in capable hands, but he does warn us that it's likely we're going to receive a similar letter. But lucky for us, we don't have any friends or family. Rank 6. After some more time passes, Sandy randomly comes in to tell us that we've now reached rank 7. Woo, we got a letter. I love mail. It's someone congratulating us on how well we've been running the gym, as well as the city. How nice of them. Then it goes into detail that if we don't vacate our position, the people of the town are gonna get iced. That's it, mystery person. Nobody uses ice puns besides me. The following morning, our gym guy's at our door, letting us know that Sandy and the other gym trainers have been kidnapped. We report everything to the mayor, as well as the police. They've searched everywhere except where the criminals live, which probably should have been the second place they looked after their houses. Checking it out for ourselves, we find our gym guy and Sandy standing outside the entrance of a cave system that leads to the bad guy's base. They comment on how Edgar hates kidnapping, so it's weird that he'd stoop to this level, and that they've made this threat before. They're actually kind of right. But everyone is capable of having an icy heart, so we go to confront Edgar. Outside of their base, we find Edgar, who tells us the mayor kicked him out of his base and that the gang went along with it. He tells us that the mayor is the one that hired the gang in the first place. Who the hell keeps electing this guy? Now that he's stooped to kidnapping, he wants us to help drive the mayor out of office, so we head to the base together to put a stop to this madness. Reaching the innermost chamber, we find Dalton boasting about how stupid we are and that the number to the police wasn't even a real one? How cold? What if I actually needed help? Edgar approaches Dalton. He just slaps the crap out of him, and his Pokemon instantly faint? Why isn't this guy the gym leader? He monologues about how when he was younger, Pokemon training wasn't that big of a deal, so he wanted to do something to help the people of his community, eventually becoming the mayor. But after the gym system was implemented, most of the power fell upon the gym leaders, and not the mayor, which seems kind of weird, but this region also has 2 ice gyms. And now, the final battle for Umbral City begins. Dalton sends out a Dusclops up against our Sandslash. Setting up 2 Swords Dances, we manage to take minimal damage as an Ironhead smacks it down low. Despite being confused, we go for another one as it heals up twice, and we get lucky. And after another heal, 2 more Ironheads manage to take it down. Rhydon is up next, we manage to take it down with an Icicle Crash. Unfortunately for me, I did not expect this Dragonite to have Iron Punch, and my Shrew needs to go take a nap. Walrein's up next, hoping Thick Fat is enough to keep me up. He sets up a Dragon Dance, and a quad-effective Ice Beam takes it down. Goodra's out next, and with 2 Outrages, we go down, and it's still above half after an Ice Beam. Ninetales doesn't quite get the KO with Dazzling Gleam as he heals back up again. Trading back and forth, we ultimately go down before I can get the KO, but Jinx comes in for the revenge kill. Okay, Scizor is a huge problem as an X-Scissor takes out our Jinx and we send in our Lapras. A Hydro Pump manages to score a crit, and because of that, 2 are all we need to take it down as he sends out his final Pokemon, Aegislash. Now, I do have Nidoking in the back, but I can't really afford to swap mid-fight. I need to get this thing into attack stance, so I heal up with a Life Dew as he sets up a Swords Dance. Going for a Confuse Ray, and Ironhead does big damage to us as we return fire with a Hydro Pump before ultimately getting taken down. Okay, down to our last Pokemon, Nidoking comes in, and with an Earth Power, we managed to take the sword down, and I'm not sure if you can impeach a mayor, but this guy's definitely not in office anymore. And with that, Umbral City is saved, and that is how it became the most powerful gym leader in whatever region this is, using only ice Pokemon. Thanks for checking out the video, and if you made it this far, just don't forget to subscribe. 85% of you aren't, and that's just crazy. Anyways, let me know what other fan games, ROM hacks, and challenges you'd like me to try down in the comments below, and I'll catch you later. See ya.